Hello, this is Paloma. I come back with the story the sky is telling for the next few days or maybe a few months. Thank you, family, for sharing this space with me. I have a lot to say as usual, so I'll try to keep it simple. I want to talk about the end of August so we can arrive to the new moon in Virgo that opens up eclipse season. We have ahead a few powerful transformative months, but we know this. We are the facilitators of the change in co-creation with the available energy. And facilitator in Spanish has the word easy in it. So I think this is my first invitation or suggestion. Let's just find a no resistance path. No, simplify, prioritize, have discernment, and choose order, choose peace in every breath, in every movement, and maybe notice with a lot of sweetness the resistance in the mind or the body, so we can actually choose to soften. No, let's be gentle with ourselves and amongst each other. So this week on the 28th, Mercury will station direct. Let's give it a couple days for it to actually really start moving ahead. And it wakes up weaving these beautiful dialogues with Chiron in Aries and Mars in Gemini to meet like vulnerability and heart and the warrior from this fluid energy. Give us a path of courage to heal, expressing ourselves, expressing our creativity. It's like finding the right words, resignifying the story, and it feels like an opening that it's inviting us to allow us to be seen and to also allow the others to appear. On the 29th, Venus will enter Libra, which is her home sign. This is the school of relationships. And so I feel like it's a weather that is seeking to harmonize, to beautify. I know the South Node is there and Lilith and Juno, and we will have an eclipse there. But for the time being, it feels like a restoring agreements and balance. It's a week of waning moon. So check on your energy, free the space, run the errands, purify yourself. The end of August has this very interesting configuration in the sky when Venus is in Virgo just before she jumps into Libra. She's like the earth that is anchoring this very transpersonal and powerful energy from the sky, which is this triangle of talents, they call it. And they're gonna draw this celestial configuration, which is called the Kite, the cosmic kite. So I'll explain. This is Pluto, Urano, and Neptune. They are weaving this beautiful harmonic collaboration that it's going to be very powerfully activated through September and will hold itself for the next 5 years. So it's extremely relevant because they are in truth the gods of change, the masters of the upper world and the underworld from the shamanic point of view. And they are like creating this atmosphere that truly transforms life on Earth. So Pluto is transformation, Urano is revolution, Neptune is dissolutions and transcendence. So they are bringing this very wide transpersonal space of our consciousness into the very personal and everyday experience through this kite, which is anchored through Venus. I hope this is making sense. So when Venus is at this corner of the kite, she sort of grounds this energy through Virgo, which is an earth sign, and then she moves to Libra. So it's about giving order, purifying, finding harmony, beauty, and peace. This cosmic kite is gonna get activated again once the Sun and Mercury go through these degrees of Virgo. And this is a way in which this transpersonal energy finds a path to transform the reality that we are creating and living. Right now, Venus is channeling this influence. In front of her, we have Neptune, which is really the point of the kite, a symbol of freedom, of like opening our wings, you know. So Neptune, represents like the highest purpose of this celestial configuration, which is spiritual reality expressed through our everyday incarnated experience. Venus is gonna like take this unconditional spiritual love, this dream world, integrating it through everyday activities into the heart, into our relationships from the feminine energy. I think it's calling ritual, ceremony, and reverence into our daily life through a natural path. Virgo is the rhythms of the earth. And then Venus will move into Libra, also calling in the beauty, the peace, the balance, the justice. So it looks like an opening for forgiveness as well. In this path of integrating this energy, we can, it's like the veils fall. So we can have a coming down from a fantasy, an illusion, the way we were sort of escaping reality. This might become evident through these dialogues. If there is a disillusionment, may it be welcome, because when we see, we are actually liberated. So for me, this trine of talents actually says, acceptance transforms us. Revolution first implies surrender and humility, so we can actually retrieve and reclaim power, sovereignty, and authenticity. This has to be manifested in an impeccable life, which means without the past clouding our perception, and so we can live in integrity, Virgo. It is a holistic healing experience of life, and this is what September is asking of us. On the 1st of September, we have two massive events in the sky. First, Pluto is going to go back to Capricorn for the last time in our lives. He's going to stay there until the 19th of November. He's culminating a process of around 16 years in this, which is the school of structures, the spiritual mastery of tangible reality, ancestors, legacy, and responsibility. So I've been saying that this last part of 2024 might feel like a deja vu. This is why. No, it's not really that we are repeating, but Pluto is death and rebirth, and he's been all of this time deconstructing reality in this space of our charts. He is in truth a planet, a shaman in service to life and truth, and he's being assisted by Urano and Neptuno. So this is big. So I believe in the world there's going to be like a very loud attempt of the old structures of power to maintain their status quo. Yet there is really no way of resisting such intense power of Pluto, the lightning ball of Urano, and the dissolution of Neptune. This is really the fall of the Capricornian energy as we knew it. Capricorn is ruled by Saturn, which is in Pisces, which is the last sign of the zodiac. So clearly we are at the end of a personal era and a collective era. This is a big goodbye. So aside from whatever happens in the world, I would insist, let us not be distracted, because this feels like a profound time of reverence, of ceremony to everything that has been. When we honor, when we are grateful for everything, we can actually move forward and create. These old structures actually served their purpose. They don't do it anymore, and this is life, especially in this space of your chart where you have the last degrees of Capricorn. So usually we associate to Capricorn our ambitions, what we think success is, our achievements, the legacy, the way in which we stand publicly in the world, the inner authority, and our relationship with the pater, with the patriarchal figure, right? So all of this has been already in a process for these 16 years, and this is the great culmination of this. So it will be very natural if we are reconsidering and asking ourselves precisely on these subjects, like what is success for me, what are my ambitions now, because this is the last revision, like looking at everything we've inherited as the should be or should have. So we can actually free ourselves from these limiting structures and open ourselves to the true mastery of Capricorn, another way of holding, of finding leadership in our own lives, our families, our communities, and touching and entering the true spiritual depth of this school of the mastery of reality. So it will be interesting. And then on the 1st of September, we also have Urano in Tauro starting his retrograde movement. And whenever a planet changes direction, especially a big and slow planet like Urano, we can feel his energy in the world. His manifestation becomes quite evident. So this is change, revolutionary change in the Earth planet, in the resources, finances, food, our relationship to our bodies, our values, and nature. I think this is really calling us into awakening and remembering that we are nature. So imagine this very powerful alliance, Pluto and Urano, and this is how we open the eclipse season of this part of the year. I think it's an evolutionary gift. It's an energy that we can actually manage, and we are invited to manage in the day to day, in the way, in what we choose, in fulfilling the promises that we make to ourselves, in belonging to ourselves and taking care of ourselves, really. And that's how we enter this new moon in Virgo on the 2nd or 3rd of September, depending where you live. This is a seed moment. It's a beautiful embrace of the sun and the moon. It's on the 11th degree. There's a beautiful 11:11 portal there. Honestly, when the energy is so big and we're entering eclipse season, even though I do check in with my heart, what is the seed? Also, my prayer is just one of acceptance, humility, and clarity of discernment. So I can navigate with temperance and beauty, all of these, which is a big portal. And this is by living our daily lives with devotion and with trust. Virgo is the school of sacred service, of sacred virginity, and by this I mean belonging to ourselves, being the sanctuary, being the altar. This is the immaculated essence of our divinity from which we cannot be stripped. It's being of ourselves, belonging to ourselves, and finding in daily life the divine expression through the ritual of our routines, our lifestyles. It really speaks of a healing, or in all of our dimensions, like a healing process of integration, and also the weaving of reality from the very small to the infinite. It is a school of order, of discernment, of distillation, of purification, and this is where our energy and attention is invited to go all through the month of September. So about this new moon, there is something vibrating possibility and fertility, of course. And as you can see, this is like a weather that invites us to evaluate what is working, what is not working, what needs to be improved, so we can actually arrive to what do I want to commit myself with as an act of love to life, for life, and of service to service. Remember, it is the very small changes that actually become the big change, because we are the medicine. It's about becoming, or actually acknowledging that we are healers, self-healing. No, this energy invites us to be the medicine that we need. There is an opposition to Saturn in the new moon, so we might actually see what we've been postergating or procrastinating with, what we've been eluding, so we can answer with responsibility, love, and compassion precisely on that. It looks like a moment that is going to pause, so we can have a deep listening, a silence, no? So we can listen what is behind this motivation, this intention, what is really pulsating as the possibility of life in my life. We are invited to actually have a longer term vision, mission in sight. It looks also important, because there is a square to Jupiter, to actually learn to say no, or simply say no. You know, knowing what to choose, how to prioritize and administrate and manage our attention, energy, and time. So the ruler of this new moon is Mercury in Leo. We also associate sometimes Chiron as a ruler of Virgo, because he's a wounded healer. And in this shamanic point of view, we think Vesta asteroid is also a ruler of Virgo. So it's quite beautiful. Mercury and Chiron, they're in fire signs. So this is the inspiration, the spark, the creative connection and courage, you know, to commit. To Vesta, which is this holy devotional fire in our hearts, so we can give our love and service to our own healing, and then to the healing of the world. And this is how we open eclipse season this time, which is for me a time of miracles, of cosmic energy supporting and holding an evolutionary process. It's an opening to comulgar, commune with magic, be the wizards, the creators that integrate earth and sky in our lives, in our hearts. It requires only trust, faith, giving ourselves, whilst cultivating humility, sovereignty, integrity, and authenticity. We are really opening ourselves up to the true potential of our being humans. And just remember, eclipses do move a lot of energy and circumstances in our lives. It is always for the highest good and in attunement and synchronicity with the highest potential for your soul, for the most beautiful outcome. So it is in truth the sky, the earth, and life are at your favor. This eclipse season is like a threshold of blessings, and I invite us to enter it as such and to go through it as such. I will come next week to be more specific and punctual about what the eclipse season brings, the eclipses themselves, but I wanted to start getting our energy ready for this threshold, and so we can start connecting with the beauty of this beautiful seed of the new moon in Virgo. So may you have a blessed, powerful, revolutionary, and miraculous week. Thank you.